Um, and the recording has started. You will be able to watch the recording later. So uh, please feel free to ask questions in the chat box, or you can unmute your audio when you want to ask a question. All right, so let's begin. I'm going to share a short video with you, which I have created as an educational video for my students, where I'm briefing them about the assignment. So let's watch. And while we watch, I will switch off my own video here because we need to be watching another video. So give me a second.
Nabi ni ya. Punya bari ya.
Hi again, students. Welcome to tutorial for week 1. And today I'm going to be briefing you about your very first assignment, which is preparing for a mock job interview. So mock job interview is your very first coursework assignment. You will need to email me your job listing, resume, and cover letter in week 4.
Kau tengok dia punya
Resume
dalam satu
carries
benda
5%
dia divide
marks
into
and
3.
cover letter carries 5% marks. All three things should be attached
Can somebody
to the
please
email.
mute?
Can
And
somebody
please
please mute
email
yourself?
me. All right. So welcome to those of you who just joined us. May I please ask to mute your audios? If you wish, you can leave your video on, but please mute your audio. Yeah, thank you so much. So we just watched a short snippet from an educational video which I have prepared for my students. And that's what the focus of this workshop is going to be today. So I'm going to start with my presentation, and once again, please mute your audios. Thank you. Right, so welcome to Workshop D. I'm Neera Dhawan. Today's topic is asynchronous learning. This is a kind of delayed learning, yeah? So we are not teaching live, we are not teaching online face-to-face, but we are sending pre-recorded videos to our students so they can go through the video before they actually meet you online. Now, today's focus is going to be on how to produce an educational video by using Microsoft PowerPoint. And later we will look at using Microsoft Forms to create quizzes based on the educational video that we send to the students. Today we will look at, as I just said, today we will look at producing educational videos using only Microsoft PowerPoint. Then we will share these videos on different platforms. I will be talking about one or two, but I'll give you other platforms where you can share these videos. In the end, we'll look at creating quizzes using MS Forms. Now, before I start, as I had requested earlier, I'm sure you have a QR code scanner on your mobile phones. If you have a QR code scanner, please scan this QR code and it will take you to a page which is called Padlet. So you can either do that on your phone. Now, if you don't wish to use your phone, you can just type this address, open another tab on your browser, and please type this address. I will leave this slide on so that you can copy and type this address in your browser. I can also send you this address in your chat box. Just give me a second.
Neera, we need a password too.
The password has come to you in the chat box.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Please mute your audios, guys. Thank you. So the link should take you to a page that looks like this. Right? Can you all see this page? Okay, so there's a message from me here. I want you to upload a picture of yourself and write a short description about yourself, please. Now, this is Padlet. Padlet is like a virtual notebook where you can post lots of stuff for your students. And there are lots of designs, like you can see here, you can see rows and columns, yeah? So in the first column, you will see a plus sign. Click on the plus sign and you can say hello to me, and maybe it's, you know, my name, my introduction, and then you can see these three magic dots and a camera next to it. If you want to take a picture, you can take a picture of yourself. Make sure you allow microphone and camera to access your Padlet. So you can take a picture and post it, and you can write a short description about yourself. It's taking some time to turn on. Okay, no problem. You could also video record yourself and a short message from you. So just click on the plus sign and post away. You can do it from your phone. You can do it from your laptop. And you can see that instantly I'm getting all the messages. Right. Okay. Thank you for your messages, and you can keep posting.
Hi, Neera. There's three students, three teachers asking questions. You have
Okay.
Anita, Nur Sufilia, and Shazli Zato. They have question to ask you.
Okay.
So who wants to go first?
Hi, can I go first?
Yes, please.
Hi, actually in my Teams, I don't have meeting chat.
You are using app or using phone, ma'am?
I'm using my computer.
Oh, okay. Don't worry. You look at the panel at the bottom there. There is one
There's because I use Teams in my class as well, but for these Teams, I don't have the meeting chat.
Oh, usually they'll be able, but don't worry. You can actually ask Neera question.
Yeah, I actually just need the password because since I don't have the meeting chat, I cannot enter the password.
Password? Okay, I will put it in the WhatsApp group, okay?
I'm not in the WhatsApp group.
Oh, you're not in the WhatsApp group?
Yeah.
Okay, let Nareem talk. I'll pass it to you later, okay?
Okay.
Thank you.
All right, so I would like to continue here, and I'm going to again switch off my video so that I can start presenting. Right, so we have, I hope you guys can see my Padlet page now. Okay. So let's look at how we can record educational videos using Microsoft PowerPoint. Now I have put a few other platforms where you can post your recorded videos, which is called Panopto, Screencast-O-Matic, Padlet, MS Teams. You can record your videos using all these platforms, but today's focus is really just Microsoft PowerPoint. Yeah. Now, so how do we begin? Obviously, we are going to sign into our Microsoft Office account. That's the first thing we do. And please begin with an existing PowerPoint. All of us have lots of PowerPoints to teach our students with. So start with an existing PowerPoint, as I had already informed you in the email, or the instructions that you got earlier. When you start with an existing PowerPoint, it's a good idea to make a copy first. Yeah, always make a copy because you are going to try recording these videos, so you don't want to disturb your original. So make a copy first and you work on that copy. Now, when we look at the copy, we need to check the font size, the colors, and the content. Very important things, because we are not teaching our students live. We are sending them some material before we can meet them live. So we want to make sure that all the content is present on the PowerPoint slides and they are readable and they don't have clashing colors or anything. So as you can see, this slide has a lot of empty blank space, which is a good idea. Yeah, the font size is okay. The font size is quite readable. You can see the color scheme. It should be either dark on light or light on dark. Yeah, and in the end, you need to check your content. Content is important. Nobody wants to read slides that are overcrowded. So let's look at the next few slides. And I must tell you that the next 4 slides are from Dr. Andrew Filmer. He's in the School of Arts, Sunway University. And I was lucky to receive this training just 2 days ago. And I thought this would be a really good idea to share with you guys. So let's look. Now, this is a sample slide of, let's say, I want to inform my students about some instructions before the semester begins, and I want to put all this content on my slide. Now, it's a lot of content. The font size is good. The color contrast is good, but there's a lot of text. So how can we improve this text? But first, I'm going to give you a few seconds to read this.
Doctor, Naja, sorry. Some of them are asking whether there's a password for the Padlet.
It's in the chat box. ESAP Symposium 2020, all caps, no space.
Thank you. Thank you.
You're welcome. Okay, so I hope you've read all what is on this slide, and let's look at the next slide, which is slightly improved. Now it's the same text, but what's happened here, that it has been reorganized, it has been color coded, and there's a little bit of spacing in between the 3 different groups. So this is a better sample slide. When we have a lot of context, like in this slide, instead of putting all at once, we can color code it, we can reorganize it. Now, one point of caution is we want to begin with the more friendly, more positive things first. Yeah, and the color could be blue, green, any pleasing color. So it's good to have friendly, positive things first, and then you can go on to the more neutral things. And as you know, red is a color of caution, and I, as a lecturer, I want my students to remember that deadlines are important and they need to be worried about plagiarism. So if I put it in red and if I put it at the bottom, it works as a word of caution. So this is one way of improving our content on slides. Let's look at the next slide. Now, here, the use of icons has made it a bit more pleasing. We want to remember that some of our learners are visual learners, and adding such icons and not pictures. Yeah, I mean, pictures are not bad, but icons are so safe to use. I will be sharing a couple of websites where you can get free icons, and they are available to download, and you don't have to worry about copyright issues. So I will post those links on the Padlet page. Now, again, the content remains the same. It's color coded. It is still reorganized as from the very first slide. Color coding is there, and now icons have been added. So if I'm producing an educational video before my live class with the students, I want to send them some text before they come. So I will be narrating, and I also will have text on my slides. So if I'm going to just narrate, feel free to ask questions. Class discussions will be welcome to everyone. So if I'm narrating, then why do I need to put it on the slide? We should decide between the two. Either I narrate and put less material on the slide, or I just fill up the slide with lots of text and not narrate, because what's the point of narrating, right? Let's look at the final slide. Now, this is is excellent, and again the credit goes to Dr. Andrew Filmer from Sunway University, and I chose particularly to share these slides with you because it explains really well. Now, since we are going to narrate also while recording, let's decide to put just words instead of long sentences. They are still color coded, they still have icons. It is reduced, very reduced content, but I've only chosen to put keywords on the slide because I am going to be narrating. This is a good practice because we also want to instill the habit of note taking. So if the student is listening to my narration while watching the video, and we have put them in the habit of taking notes, then you don't need to put all the text on the entire slide. Yeah, so I hope you will decide what you wish to do when you send educational videos with your PowerPoint. Yeah, I hope this is helpful. I'm going to move on. Now, once we have checked the content, the color, the font size, we have reduced the content, then we want to actually start recording it. Yeah. Now, when we start recording, it's always a good idea to show your face in the beginning, at least. Yeah. PowerPoint allows you to do audio recording or video recording or both, right? So I tend to show my face right at the beginning, and then in between if I'm interacting with the students, and then just before I end the presentation. Okay, so you can decide when you want to show your face and when you want to just do audio recording, and changes can be made later, right? So that's the beauty of Microsoft PowerPoint. You can record at one go. Yeah, but when we record at one go, we have to be careful when we go from one slide to the next, and we will look at it in just a minute. Microsoft PowerPoint also allows you to record the slides one by one, and I think it's easier because it's easier to edit them later. However, if they are recorded at one go, it can still be done, so not to fret. You might be looking at me and I'm highlighting while I'm presenting in synchronous. Yeah, so if I'm teaching live, just like right now, then I can bring your attention to certain words or pictures, right? And that's the feature of highlighting. I'm sure a lot of you may already know, but maybe there are some who don't know. So for that, if you want to highlight while presenting, you just hold your CTRL key on your laptop or keyboard, and then you left click and move your mouse. And that's the way to highlight during your live session. But you can also highlight when you are recording on Microsoft PowerPoint. So there are two different features, and please take note of that. Right. Okay, so this brings us to the actual recording, and I'm going to exit from, I'm just going to show my face because it's a good idea to interact with your students well, this is synchronous. And so it brings a little bit of involvement. But yes, I understand today's topic is asynchronous learning. So we are going to look at how to actually record the PowerPoint. Now, many of you may already know how to do that, so it might just work as a refresher. But if there are questions for those who don't know how to do it, please send them in the chat box and I will get to them later. Thank you. So let's look at how to actually record, and I'm going to switch off my video again. Right, so when you sign into your Microsoft Office account and open your PowerPoint, this is what you should be able to see. Your PowerPoint looks like this. And as you can see, I've already made a copy and I'm working on my copy. It's always a good idea to work on a copy because you can, make changes, edit it, or discard it later. So your original does not get disturbed. When you look at the tabs on the top, the slideshow tab is what we are going to use. And this is what you need to click on where it says record slideshow. It gives you two options, record from current slide or record from beginning. So let's record from beginning. And as you can see, my face is already here by default at the bottom right. So this is the Microsoft PowerPoint recording panel. Let's get familiarized with the buttons. There's record, there's stop, replay. You can add notes if you want to type any notes while you're teaching, so it reminds you. And then you see your slide right here with the left and right arrow. At the bottom, there's eraser, there's a pen, and there's a highlighter. This is the highlighter feature with lots of different colors. Now, if you want to do an audio and video recording, you can leave your camera on. But if you want to do just audio recording, you can switch it off. This is a preview. It shows, while you're teaching, it shows how you look. Now, let's start recording, and it is going to notify us when it does so. So click on record.
Sorry, Neera, we can't really see the feature. Neera?
Yes?
Neera, we can't see the feature, the one recording. Are you supposed to show us the feature, how to
Okay,
click?
I'm sorry. Thank you so much, Huilin, for letting me know.
Thank you.
Sorry about that. Technology can fail us sometimes. Sorry about that. I'm going to do that again. Can you see it now?
Oh, very well. Thank
Okay.
you.
So on Microsoft PowerPoint slideshow, that's the tab we need to click on when we want to start recording. So we click on record slideshow and it gives us two options, record from current slide and a record from beginning. I'm just going to clear because we recorded just now. So we click on record slideshow and then we record from beginning. Can you see the panel now?
Yes.
Thank you. So this is a panel when you start recording on Microsoft PowerPoint. These are the highlight. There's an eraser here. There's a pen. There's a highlighter with all these colors which you can use to highlight while recording. There's a record, stop and replay button. And you can also write some notes if you want to be reminded of the notes while recording. So let's start recording and it will notify me before it does so. Okay, so welcome to Workshop D, and today's topic is going to be recording educational videos. Now you can see I'm going to the next slide and then I have to click on the arrow, right arrow. And now we are recording on this slide. You can see my picture by default, it will be on the bottom right, but not to worry, you can fix it later. Now, when we are recording, I spoke about highlighting while recording, and that's different from highlighting while presenting. So if maybe I want to bring your attention to something and I want to write something, so I can use the pen feature. And today's topic is going to be producing educational videos using Microsoft PowerPoint. So I can do that. And if I'm not happy with the scribbling I just did, I can use the eraser and I can just erase it. I can also use the highlighter. Let's say I'm going to talk about various platforms. So I go ahead and I highlight it. And again, if I'm not happy with it, I can just erase it. So I'm going to the next slide. Now, did you see when I click on the next slide, I stop talking, and that's really important because when you are transitioning from one slide to another slide, you should not talk because that will not get recorded. Once you go to the next slide comes up, then you start talking. So that's an important word of caution while you are recording your videos. So now that we have seen how to record using PowerPoint, let's see how we are going to save it as a video. So I press stop and I can get out of here. Now, when I go back to this slide, you can see my recorded version is already here, and I can play it and see what I recorded. Okay, so welcome to Workshop D, and today's topic is going to be recording educational videos. Right. So now, after you check your recording on all the slides, you see that the picture is blocking the text and you don't want that to happen. So what to do? Well, click on the picture. You can shift it somewhere. That's one thing. Or you can take the picture at the same place and you could minimize it. You can make it smaller. Okay, so you can do that with your saved slides. Same thing when I go to the next, it's blocking, so I take it here and it will still play right arrow. And now we are recording on this slide. You can see my picture by default, it will be on the bottom right, but right. So when I go to the next slide, maybe I don't want my picture there. And I realized that I want to change the recording for this. So what do? I just click on it and I delete it. Now I have deleted the recording on this slide. And again, I go back to recording and I can record from the current slide. And maybe, you know, I'm recording 2 hours later. Yeah, so I've already taken off my makeup and I don't want to show my face to the students. I'm wearing my house clothes. So what do? I just do audio recording. So we teachers can, you know, do whatever we like, right? So show your face in the beginning. And if you realize that you don't want to show, you can just do audio recording also. Yeah. So once we have recorded and checked everything, then we need to save it as a video, right? Because the video will be shared with the students via email, on Padlet, or whatever LMS you are using. At Sunway, we use BB Collaborate and we use Microsoft Teams. I predominantly use Microsoft Teams, and there it's very easy to upload the videos to stream right away. So click on File and you go to Export and create a video. So once again, I'll go back to the steps, click on File. You can also save a copy, okay? So I like to export it because it allows you to control the quality of the video. So we export it, we create a video, and then it'll give you all these options, whether you want it Ultra HD, Full HD, HD, or Standard. I always like to choose Full HD. And then you just click on Create a Video. And then, of course, you have to choose a destination where you would like to save the video. So you can just save it maybe on a desktop. And you can see it's saving it as an MPG-4 video. And that's what we want. When we save it, then please don't close your PowerPoint, because you can see here at the bottom that it is copying your PowerPoint, your recorded PowerPoint, as a video. So please do not close it, just minimize it. Right. Okay, so I hope that was useful, and I'll be happy to answer questions if there are any at this point. Okay, so there are no questions, I believe. I'm going to continue.
Sorry, Neera, somebody raised their hand.
Oh, okay.
I saw 3%, but I'm not sure whether they intentionally click on it or not.
Okay, thanks, Huilin.
We've got to click the participant list. I think.
Yeah. Yes, Anita, Shalizatul, or Englian, please unmute yourself or ask in the chat window. I'll be happy to answer your questions.
My question's answered already. Thank you.
Okay. Snyder asked that she saved a PowerPoint slide with video, but it turns out to be so big. So what is the confusion? Is there a worry to save it, or is there a worry to share it? No problem, Shalizatul. Snyder, you need to share it with students. Okay, so have you tried using sharing on Padlet before? if you share it on Padlet or Panopto, it's easier to share rather than emailing it to the students. And I'm going to show you in just a minute. Padlet is amazing, and I will leave the Padlet page open for all the participants. And please feel free to ask questions on the page, but post the question under the question and answer column. Let me just share that with you. Can you see my Padlet page?
Yes, Neera.
Okay, thank you. So let's see if I want to post a video. So let's say grammar. This video is about grammar rules. I can upload something from my device, from my computer. So I pick a file. It's very easy. Let's say I want to choose maybe this. This is a video, and it will upload, and it's easier for students to access from their home, from their phone, from their, and you see now the video has been posted here. Students can watch it. It's a 4-minute 47-second video. That's one way. Another way is you can, okay, let me see the chat window. Something is happening there, I guess. Yeah, so please explore Padlet. It's amazing for giving feedback. You can also give audio feedback to your students. You can just record a voice note and send it to your students. They can post their homework, and there's lots that you can do. So that's why I introduced you to the Padlet right at the beginning, so you get a bit comfortable using it. Right, are there any more questions? Lim Vicky says, I tried, but I think mine is, I'm not sure. As long as you have the latest version of Microsoft Office, that should be able to give you all the features. Yeah, Vicky. Christina says we usually share materials with students via Google Classroom, but I think that there's a limit. Okay. So on again, as I said, use Padlet. You can create a YouTube video. Okay, have your own YouTube account, and you can post the link to Padlet. Yeah, that also can be done. Okay, so I'm going to continue with the presentation. Right, so we look at exporting a video, creating a video, and saving a video. Make sure you do that. And you can save your video as an MP4 file, which we just did. Now, Panopto is another great tool. It's a very simple sign-in. And if any of you wish, I'll be able to show you how that works. Please let me know in the chat window. We spoke about Padlet. And once you have saved your MP4 file, you can create a link to a YouTube video. That's what you can do, or you can create a link to your Panopto. So you can save your videos on many platforms. So once we are done with sharing the educational video, before we meet the students live, now we want to see when we meet them live, we can continue with the teaching by creating a quiz on MS Forms. Okay, so Microsoft has amazing features. If you have the latest version, please explore more. And I predominantly use Microsoft PowerPoint and Microsoft Forms a lot for my teaching, and it has helped me so much, and I'll show you in just a minute why it's that. So again, the first step is to sign into the Microsoft Office account and creating a quiz or a form, okay? And we'll look at those steps very soon. You have to check settings and then you have to share. And I will be going through all these steps with you. But first, I want you to experience what a quiz feels like for students. It's not a very difficult quiz. It's a very very beginner level grammar thing. Once again, please scan this QR code if you are using your mobile phone, and you can do it on the mobile phone as well, yeah? And otherwise, you can go to this link and I will send this link to you in the chat window. So please answer this quiz. It's a very short and easy quiz, and then we'll talk more. Are you able to do the quiz?
I think you're doing it now.
Okay. Thank you.
Kasera. Yes, I think somebody is answered. There's Sarah here.
Thank you, Neera. I love that.
I hope you all are answering the questions, because I would like to show you how the answers will help you as a teacher.
Okay, hi, Neera.
Yes, hi.
5-minute warning.
Oh, okay, all right.
5 more minutes, thank you.
5 minutes, okay, all right. Well, okay, right, so I'm going to continue because there's only 5 minutes left, and you guys can record your PowerPoints and you can post it on the Padlet page. I'll be happy to give you feedback, but let me bring you to the last step of this workshop, which is Microsoft Forms. Right, so when you sign into your Microsoft account, this is what you see. And you can see forms here, and why I said forms is a great way is because as you can see, I have had huge classes, and for some classes you can see I've had many responses. Okay, so let me just show you what I did last semester, and some like this one is 91 responses. Let me show you why using forms is such a great idea. So if you can get the responses in a very nice visual manner per question, you can see how many students have answered it correctly and how many students have actually, not answered it, because it gives you the total. I had 103 students, so I know only 91 have answered this quiz. So a great way to keep track of your teaching and learning for students. So now this is why it's a great idea, and then it can give students feedback instantly, like you got feedback when you try to do the quiz. So how does this work? Yeah, so let's try creating so this is how we create a quiz. You can go to either a form or a quiz. Now, if you want it to be with marks, then you have to create a quiz. You can name your quiz like grammar 101, and then you can add a question. It gives you nice choices for many question types. So you could just do a multiple choice question or a true false question. Kuala Lumpur is in Japan. Yeah, and then really easy, very user friendly. Okay, so right, so and you put the answer, you can give it a point, and you can make it compulsory, and then you can add another question, and maybe it can be a text. Where is, for example, New Delhi? Okay, and this is so the correct answer, you can ask, you can write the answer, and the point is 1. Again, it's required. So explore this quiz feature. You can see how it will look for students on computer and on mobile. Yeah, you'll see how it looks. Now, you can choose themes for it. You can make it fun. But what I want to bring your attention to is settings. And if it's a quiz and you want students to get feedback right away, then you can choose this option to show results automatically. But if it's a graded quiz and you don't want the students to get the answers right away, it's like a test or something, then you uncheck it. Yeah. Who can fill out this form? If you don't want to worry about emails and all that, then anyone can, with a link, can respond. You can also fix the start date and the end date. Okay, like before, you must do this quiz before 12 noon today, right? You can also do a customized thank you message. So that's the beauty of Microsoft Forms. So I guess it's time for me to stop sharing and remind you that you have to continue to the next workshop. So let me see if there are any questions which I really should answer before I close. How can you make sure that the MS Forms could be shared outside the institution? Maria, well, I just showed you. Click the choice for anyone with the link and respond. Yeah. Yeah, Google quizzes are the same, Chandrika. Yes. Okay. I hope this was useful. Please post your recorded PowerPoints and post it on Padlet. I'll be happy to give you feedback. And please ask questions on the Padlet page. Again, I will be happy to work with you. I hope this was helpful. Thank you so much and have an awesome rest of the day. Bye.
Thank you, Neera.
Okay.
Bye.
Bye. Thank you all. So you need to thank you, Neera. Thank you everybody for attending, and you need to proceed to your next session already. We'll see you there. Thank you. I'll start recording now.